Dot ball. One run. Dot ball. South Africa 37 for 3 after 13 overs. Dot ball. One run. Dot ball. Dot ball. Four. Dot ball. South Africa 42 for 3 after 14 overs. Dot ball.
Yeah, the most impressive thing about the batting, that's good. The numbers that Aiden Markram's got is the number of centuries that have been scored in 2024. 8 centurions, 10 centuries. It's a lot of centurions. That's a real big performance from South Africa in the batting stakes.
There should be a column, I think, of players who've played tough innings under pressure. Even a match-winning 30, crucial runs. I don't know whether we have one like that in international cricket. Oh, a bit high. Adjacent, but a bit high, I think. And Pakistan in no mood to go for a DRS, I think.
After wasting the first one, I think they're a bit more wary about sending upstairs. But once again, the length is perfect. We've seen a lot of way movement. This one just nips back, I think, far too high. Temba hasn't got the largest pads, but I think it's hit him above that roll comfortably.
That list, by the way, you're talking about, we used to have one of those, but Dean Elgar won it every year for about 10 years, so they gave that the flick. he was certainly gutsy, Dean Elgar.
And you have more respect for such players.
Of course.
Yeah, good delivery, came back sharply. Missed his defense, but hit him high on the back thigh.
It's nicely played, nicely controlled, a bit of extra bounce for that. He played that superbly. Back for the second.
It exactly is not a flaw, but this was that ball that came back sharply, would have gone on to miss the stumps. Yes, the impact looked high, but Khurram Shahzad every now and then has bowled that shorter length that has allowed the players to play that cut short or the back foot push. Partnership of 25.
A little bit leg side, and that's nicely played. That's bread and butter for him. He's always going to put that away twice on Sundays.
Yeah, we talked about who was going to lose the patience first, and you just get the feeling that Khurram Shahzad is maybe the one who's lost the patience first, short and wide, and then follows it up with a genuine juicy leg stump half volley, or even probably missing leg stump. Temba Bavuma, we talked about how he just loves to hold his balance, stay as upright as he possibly can. He's not going to miss out on that one. So just make sure he gets it between the two fielders and does that easily.
Pretty straight, that's pretty straight. Yeah, they like that, Pakistan, and that finger has gone up. Now, Temba is having a chat. He said, I'm going upstairs straight away. It looked straight, it looked very straight.
I thought he got an inside edge, but he should know that. That's why I'm a bit surprised he's taking his time. But that one definitely nipped back, and we know he doesn't get a big stride.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. On-field decision is out. Check both feeds. It's fair delivery. You can go to front on replay. Nice and slow. Okay, can you go to Ultra Edge, please? Rock back, one frame back, one frame back, one frame back. More. Start from the beginning. One frame back. Okay. Okay, I can see clearly ball hit the bat first. Need to change your decision, Nitin. You're on the screen. Can you put umpire on
I
the
think
screen?
that's exactly the right call. The deviation, even though Spikes was there as one grouping and it was a little bit longer, the deviation was clearly there. I think that was good umpiring from Kumar Dharmasena.
These are fine margins that can dictate the course of this test match. A very, very important decision made, and it looked 50-50 inside edge, possibly inside edge.
End of that over.
तेरा ख्याल ही बहुत है चल पगले मुझे पता है तेरे पास डेटा बहुत है
जब यूफोन 4G की डिजिटल मेगा ऑफर पे मिले 200 GB डेटा तो हर दिल बोले डेटा बहुत
But it's a very important one. Saw things through last night when Shuko Conrad doesn't allow a night watchman. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. My goodness, that has done something. Little nod there for Markram.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a chat at the end of the last over because Aidan Markram managed to get a little boundary away through the leg side. And as the over finished, they kind of walked next to each other up the pitch and had a chat, and that's why there was a little bit of a stare and maybe a few words from Abbas to say, yeah, this was earlier, that was at the end of the over where he was saying, why are you scoring through there, and any chance you can nick one when I get it in the right area?
I was watching the India-Australia this morning, and Bumrah, who doesn't say a word, he beat the bat of Lotus Khatni. Solid forward defence, and he turned around and he walked back, and as he walked past Pat Cummins, loud enough for everyone to hear, he said, this guy must be the luckiest bloke ever on the planet. First time I think I've heard him say a word.
It's a great test match, this. Concentration, there's so many things at play within the overall play. Individual performances, bowling performances, concentration. The bouncers, the outswingers, the in-swingers, pressure on the umpires. That is what you want. Low score. Anyone can win this.
And the pitch has been live, still will be. Umpire's done a very good job too so far. War for Menon and Dharmasena. Match referee hasn't been involved as of yet, Richard Richardson. Lights are on and there's plenty of people home. So that single has taken them now to under 100. That would have been a little bit of a small little discussion point in the change room.
Still enough runs for Pakistan to experiment with bowling options. So how long will Khurram Shahzad continue to bowl? He's looked threatening in patches. Abbas is quite used to bowling long spells, so they'll probably continue with Abbas for a while. But Khurram Shahzad, who replaces him? Naseem Shah, who bowled superbly after lunch on day 2. Pace and attitude and energy, we saw it all.
Naseem Shah said to me this morning,
on air if you can't. Naseem Shah introduced to proceedings, and the quest for just the start of things for Pakistan continues. They need a wicket here. They have been close a couple of times, and even without an appeal, the bowling has been really good. Muhammad Abbas using the crease, continuing to hit a length and bowl a fantastic line. And Naseem Shah coming into the attack must continue the pressure, ensure that there's no release at all. Nerves jangling at the start of a day, absolutely love it. And still with the target of, I'll say, just 148, you couldn't say which way this one's gonna go. That's been important. Rotation.
Yeah, 50 up for South Africa. It's the first milestone they'll need in a low total. And when the conditions are like they are, 148 is a difficult one. I love the positivity from the South Africans this morning. Their movements have been good. Yes, Pakistan have bowled really well, but there's been positive running. Still not looking to leave too much. If there's shots on offer, they will play it.
Yeah, Murray, I've been particularly impressed with the leaving after off stump this morning. It's felt like a traditional, hard-fought battle between bat and ball. Beautiful test cricket. If you could put this in a picture, you'd put it up to the next to the Mona Lisa. Special stuff.
You've gone Paris on us.
Paris.
Oui.
So you've just gone Goodman Gallery or something down the road, you know?
You know, when something is as beautiful as this type of test cricket is on offer, the cricket, obviously, guys.
50 for 3.
दिन चाहे नया हो, फर्स्ट हमेशा याद रहता है। पहला स्मार्टफोन, वीगोटेल का नया फ्लेक्स 2।
एक कप डबल दानेदार, तुम में एक और कप चाय।
Someone add spice to a story. Me throwing on a little bit of spice on that story.
Yeah, don't ruin a good story with facts.
I never ruin a good story with the truth, Hash, so I'll follow what you said. It was actually 11 minutes that I was talking about the rain overnight. And just when I was done, Peter Brain walked in and said, "How about that rain last night?" Which Hash obviously jumped on straight away. Actually, Mumla, everyone thinks he's this squeaky clean human being, the biggest stirrer in the change room. Right here, one comment will get the change room going. To my left.
I don't care what Chris Morris says about you, Hashim. I think you're a good bloke.
Thank you.
Lose patience, lose the battle. It's all about this one partnership. And the patience is essentially for bowler primarily. You go searching, you provide an opportunity. So you've got to hold the line, you've got to be disciplined. And the same is being asked of the batter, who must wait till he can get an opportunity to score and ensure that he capitalizes each time that comes about. An error in judgment, an error in execution opens the whole game up once again. The question you ask each time you turn up on the day is, which would you rather be from a spectator's perspective? And this morning coming in here,
1, 2, 3, 4 star.
There's quite a lot of nervous energy coming into the stadium today. I can feel there's a little bit of expectation, and I've had this conversation before with South Africa getting so close to certain milestones, and when you've got a total like this, it's understandably that people are nervous. A lot of confidence, a lot of nervous people. Perfect for a test match.
A pregnant atmosphere. Everything really still, and there's this contemplation, isn't there? 31, this partnership, are they comfortable? You couldn't really say so. Are they well on their way? You couldn't really say that either. What does a wicket do? Already nervous. The most experienced pair from South Africa's batting in Captain Bavuma and Markram. So really a wicket more than opens it up. It fills the Pakistan change room with great hope, and you don't want to spark them to life, because we've seen through the ages Pakistani sides where they get a sniff and they really do come to life. It was quite evident last night, that spell by Abbas and supported by Khurram, so good. Two for 3 off 4 overs with 2 maidens. As Muhammad Abbas soft hands, good fielding as well, make sure it doesn't get through.
Yeah, I played that beautifully. Temba Bavuma and Aiden Markram have been fantastic in the defense. Just have a look at how late he's played that. And the reason it's just gone down to the slips with no danger is because he played that, he absorbed the energy of the ball with the bat, taking the pressure off the bat. Fantastically played. That's one of the reasons why I love having Temba Bavuma a bit higher in the order, so you can stem the pressure.
Single ends the over. 51.
They didn't forget to score, and that's fantastic batting.
Yeah, you'd credit both batters, bowlers for this battle this morning, and it's a battle for the ascendancy. It's what's going to make the game or break it for either side. And watching Abaso operate channel, and then straighter, but not just that. With what we saw there, those deliveries, all essentially you're looking at or seeing is where the ball ends up. If you throw into that the use of the crease by the bowler, where he's bowling from close to the stumps and sometimes from wider or mid-crease and very wide, trying to draw both right-handers into playing a line that's still in the channel with the ball just shaping away. It's meant that they've had to be spot on where off stump is and what line to leave or to play.
Yeah, we know the key for the South African batters is to bat time and be out there as long as possible and accumulate, even if it's very slowly. But Hash, just want to ask from a batter's point of view, possibly the chat up and the change. Is to bat time and be out there as long as possible and accumulate, even if it's very slowly. But Hash, just want to ask from a batter's point of view, possibly the chat up and the change. Is to bat time and be out there as long as possible and accumulate, even if it's very slowly. But Hash, just want to ask from a batter's point of view, is to bat time and be out there as long as possible and accumulate, even if it's very slowly. But Hash, just want to ask from a batter's point of view, is to bat time and be out there as long as possible and accumulate, even if it's very slowly. But Hash, just want to ask from a batter's point of view, is to bat time and be out there as long as possible and accumulate, even if it's very slowly. But Hash, just want to ask from a batter's point of view, is to bat time and be out there as long as possible and accumulate, even if it's very slowly. But Hash, just want to ask ask from a batter's point of view. From a batter's point of view. Possibly the stats up in the change.
The channel with the ball.
Or half a chance of scoring, he threw his hands. Change.
I think there is absolute pressure because you know you're obviously defending a low total and you know that a breakthrough could be so vital, but the pressure that the two guys before you have built up, it's on you now to keep that pressure going. And you always say you never mean to leak runs, but you don't want to be that guy that comes in and starts bowling a bit of wayward and giving freebies away. So it's on you to rely on what you've been doing in terms of your training, in terms of the pressures, to keep that pressure up and be the man for your team.
Nah, in the way you've explained it, Maury, you just have an added respect for someone like Naseem Shah, who's come into the attack, having to deal with that pressure of his team needing to keep tight and pick up wickets and just do a job, the pressure of some historical aspect of Pakistan winning their first test match in Centurion. It's a really complex and a lot on his shoulders. So for him to absorb that within himself and still focus on doing a job, he's done amazing.
61 for
Faster weather resistant paint जो रखे आपकी घर की बैरूनी दीवारों को सर्दी के सब असर
Good luck playing that.
It's been 1 hour since the start of play, and we've seen this after an hour, or hour and 15 or hour and 20, the wicket doing a little bit more. Have a look at this variation. There's no way you can play that. That's a leg spinner. Bowling underarm.
And we saw Khurram, his beautiful seam presentation, getting the ball to shape. Mohammad Abbas is one of those bowlers who bowls with that wobble seam, and he's always landing in an area where you think it's coming into you as a batter. And with that wobble seam, what it does is it moves laterally.
That's a good delivery. That is a really good delivery, particularly to Temba Bavuma. Think back to the previous over, the bumper that top edges and he goes for 6, but also dismissals of Bavuma against Sri Lanka. Just generally against the short ball, it seems he has drawn to it. And some will say impulsive, compulsive, instinctive, just seems to go at it. The short one, as soon as it's short, it takes a lot to pull out of it. Yeah, he's going to have to use all of his mental strength to ensure that each time it is short, he gets out of the way of it, or he just watches it go by. 2 men back. There is risk, of course, in taking it on. There's risk in bowling it with so few runs on the board, because he might well go at it, but high risk, high reward either way.
Yeah, similar case to Aiden Markram, the ball that was pitched up earlier from Naseem Shah. He went over the top. You're looking for something to score. And when the bowlers have been bowling so disciplined, as soon as you see the ball in half an area to get a boundary, the pressure of needing to score takes over, and you play a shot, maybe a bit of a rash shot. But the key is, even if you do play a rash shot, you got to commit 100%, and that's what Temba did in the last 2 overs ago, and that's why the ball went for 6 as opposed to getting caught on the fence.
And I'm a firm believer, when you've got someone this accurate like Mohammad Abbas is hitting the top of off and always drawing you into playing the ball, that sucker delivery that we call it, outside off, a wide one, the carrot that you dangle, force the batsman to think it's width.
Sort of like that. Yeah, riveting stuff here on day number 4, and still very much in the balance. South Africa will be happy they've got it to double figures to get now, as opposed to the 121 they had at the start of the day. It's 87 more for them. A few already dancing. And it's been tight bowling. Really good work by Pakistan, and Bavuma and Markram will also be pleased with how they've gone here. Partnership 42. Dot ball to end the over.
Actually, this kind of batting can suck the life out of you, because Pakistan have tried so many variations. The fuller length, the hard length, sideways movement, they bowled tremendously well. But credit to this pair, and especially Markram, because he's been absolutely switched on. So he's got a game plan which is based on instinctiveness, which is great on a surface like this, because when the ball is in his range, he'll go for that booming drive, and then he can leave those deliveries outside the off stump. It really has been one special effort.
Yeah, what I would add to that, Ramis, is I mean, we've watched a lot of cricket. You might have not seen much of Aiden Markram, but even in the last series, sometimes he just squeezes the glue. It's almost like he's trying to force the issue, whereas in this test match it's been fantastic. You can see he's been in a relaxed persona. The way he's been gripping the bat, his arms have felt or looked like they've been relaxed. And I think that's why he's just really been able to get into good positions and treat the ball on merit. Because often when you squeeze the bat and you tense and everything, you're trying to force the issue and maybe go after certain deliveries which you probably shouldn't. But yeah, he's been impressive in both innings for sure.
Been building some nice momentum since that second innings in the second test against Sri Lanka. He made 55, then 89 in the first innings, now 36 not out. But just backing up the point made by Sean Pollock, Aiden Markram at Supersport Park, 350s and 100, but more importantly his ability to assess the match situation, his game awareness on a surface like this and home conditions. The importance of someone like Aiden Markram cannot be understated.
No!
You attribute control also, because that ball has got so many options to that length. He can hit it hard over cover, along the ground, or stop it like that with dead bat. And he can do that because he's technically organized compared to the other South African top order batsmen. So don't have to worry about edging one to the slips. It'll eventually happen, but
I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
There's called the commentator's
I'm trying
curse,
to encourage him more.
We've had Nigel out there and Nigel in the commentary box too, Rambo.
Let's avoid that. 62 for 3.
Me and Hazy get on like, me and Rambo get on like a house on fire. It's just Hazy we've got issues with, both of us, you see.
Okay, steady on. Just checking to my right.
Drink Break is brought to you by
Ufone 4G पे U Power 300 लगाओ with 8 GB data, 100 off net minutes. वो भी सिर्फ 300 रुपए में. अभी *1234*4# मिलाओ और लगातार बातें करते जाओ.
Well run.
I think Pakistan needed that drinks break, needed that pause to refocus, regroup, and how many times you've seen a wicket fall after a break. This was half a chance. Naseem Shah there, aiming for that great catch, was pushed outside the rope, went for 6.
Spectators behind. Firstly, that heart in mouths, and then applauding because that was then indicated as 6 runs to Temba Bavuma. But just a bit of a half a chance.
Oh, sorry.
Adjusting his cap, walking back from the crease, coming back to take guard again. I think most players do that. It's a matter of switching on and switching off. So switch off by moving away from the crease, and when you come back, you're on guard taking the strike, then you switch on again.
And Pakistan are on the board this morning.
It's been a battle, it's been a contest between Abbas and Markram. Markram now has to head off, and in a situation on day 4 in a service that's offering up just a little bit of variation. As a batter, what you're hoping for is that when one misbehaves, it doesn't go anywhere near your stumps, just rolls through to the keeper. Not the case on this occasion. Wide of the crease, have a look at the angle, trying to get the ball to nip back. It hits, it stays down, goes underneath the bat, crashes into the pad and then onto the off stump. And is this the key for Pakistan? Eventually they get their breakthrough. They've got their first of the day. Have they now got a chance? Still 86 required for South Africa. Markram played brilliantly in both innings. 89 in the first innings and follows it up with 37 this time around.
दिन चाहे नया हो, फर्स्ट हमेशा याद रहता है. पहला स्मार्टफोन, वीगोटेल का नया फ्लेक्स 2.
मुझे तेरा ख्याल ही बहुत है. चल पगली, मुझे पता है तेरे पास डेटा बहुत है.
जब यूफोन 4G की डिजिटल मेगा ऑफर पे मिले 200 GB डेटा, तो हर दिल बोले डेटा बहुत है.
The 4 runs to Bedingham.
He clips his hands, Abbas, as he walks back to his mark. He knows that's not the delivery he was after. Maybe getting greedy because he's there at the crease facing his first delivery, thinking, okay, let me see if I can trap him in front first up. But that's very generous to get someone off the mark in such a fashion.
To his credit, he didn't miss that line. Is right on top of that one. Wristy work through square leg for 4. Bedingham off the mark.
Massive opportunity for Bedingham. He's shy of runs, but this is the stage. Shimamna spoke about South Africa needing a hero. We would have hoped it would be Markram. And he's back in the pavilion. because of this beauty.
I mean, you're looking for a high bounce rather than the low one. Just couldn't do anything about this because not only did it keep low, but it went the other way. Shattered the stumps, shattered his defense. I had no hope in the end. How do you play that?
Been targeting the stumps as Abbas getting good results. 3 for 23. Successful over 4.
Ufone 4G पे U Power 300 लगाओ.
So you've got to work with what you've got. So if you're Bellingham, for example, then you've got to be aggressive, because if that's your game, then you go for it.
Sometimes in these situations where it's a brave move, but captains and coaches maybe could have the discussion of saying, you know, just send a Rabada or Corbin Bosch and say, listen, you just go and back yourself. Carry on from where you did in the last innings, or KG as a left-handed option. Just go and try and hit some boundaries. All of a sudden you pick up quick 20 or 30 runs, and it kind of breaks the back of the run chase. But it is a brave call, and it's not that easy to just be able to do that, particularly when your captain's out in the middle. But sometimes not the worst option. You think of someone like an Adam Gilchrist, for example. If you've got him in your ranks, send him up and say, hey, go and express yourself.
Driven with authority for 4. This is exactly what's needed from the captain. Break the shackles.
Delectable, absolutely sumptuous cover drive. In the slot, Naseem Shah wanting to experiment with that range, and he was right on top of it. Valuable boundary as well. 78 more to win now.
And he's got to take leadership of this run chase now, Temba Bavuma. Bellingham, of course, under pressure. Let's add to it the pressure of needing to get into the World Test Championship final. So if this was an ordinary test, perhaps less pressure. Yes, you still want to win and protect this proud record you have against Pakistan at Supersport Park. But that knockout feeling, you felt it this morning. It was tense. Lots of nerves. A good crowd in. And the sun's shining, which is always good news. Short ball, and Bavuma has decided to take it on.
not in control for the second time, Bavuma. Pakistan experimenting with a short ball. I think they need to do that more often, that experiment with that length.
Yeah, we saw in the series against Sri Lanka, he got out, or got himself into trouble a couple of times. I think it was one dismissal and a couple of not outs because it was a no ball where contact was made through to the keepers. So you do think in the analysis that they had before the game, they would have thought that was an option, but they haven't really tried to exploit it much in this match.
Flicked away into some space on the leg side, and they'll pick up 2 runs off a misfield. 5 runs, 7 from the over. It's 25.
मुझे तेरा ख्याल ही बहुत है। चल पगली, मुझे पता है तेरे पास डेटा बहुत है।
जब यूफोन 4G की डिजिटल मेगा ऑफर पे मिले 200 GB डेटा, तो हर दिल बोले डेटा बहुत है।
एक कप टप्पल दानेदार, तुम में एक और कप चाय।
Ufone 4G पे U Power 300 लगाओ with 8 GB.
Still a lot of runs left, a lot of play left in this contest. 75 more. A quick fire 20 or 30 from Bellingham could work extremely well at this stage for South Africa. Herculean effort from Abbas though. He's been on the money. Yeah, mostly been on the front foot, adjusted to the variations. Yeah, that's the wicket ball that kept low from the same distance, same length.
Of a single to decide against it. Shan Masood, he was delighted last night. New ball in hand. Abbas and Shahzad picking up 3 wickets. Just a short while ago, picking up the key wicket of Aiden Markram.
Bavuma on 25 or 58, but must feel like as if he's scored 100, 125 because there are tons of pressure on him. And it's about concentration. Concentration levels at a hyper level, maybe 100 plus. That's the other thing that you have to have if you are to succeed in such a scenario, and Bavuma has done well so far.